For years I've been thinking I knew the answer to workshop storage. But little did I know I was trapped by preconceived ideas collected by myself by watching countless others fighting the same fight I was. Where do I store all of it? Then one morning I sort of woke up from a dream with an idea. Cabinets. That's how we store things. In cabinets.
In cabinets.
In cabinets. I opened the drawers, saw that they contained things. Very sloppy. I didn't like it. Was I back to square one? And that's when I saw it. This was wrong. We have it all wrong. This is an actual problem that needs solving. I went online and looked for solutions to the problem. It couldn't just be me. And that's when I saw it. Gridfinity. Maybe that was it. So I tried it out for one drawer, but I didn't like it.
Still looks like clutter. Why?
That's when I decided I had to do it from scratch. I had to make the drawers mine. I need full control. And there's one machine that can help with that, the 3D printer. It's not just about where things go, but how they fit, why they're placed a certain way. I needed precision, repeatability, speed. The machine that doesn't mind if it's 2 a.m., that can prototype, adjust, reprint, all while I'm sleeping.
I looked at the pile of tools and I had to hide it, so I placed them indoors, carefully, where they would naturally be without me opening all the drawers every time to look for the right one. So I moved them around. I walked from one part of the workshop to the drawers to figure out where the measuring tools would go and where the screwdrivers would be, drill bits go where the drill press is. I took the heavier tools out of the containers they came in and I placed them in drawers. Why not? Nothing is wrong until it's right. When I was pleased, I took photos. The type of photos that fill up your drive and gives you the warning that you have to pay for more in order to keep taking photos. And you think that you will spend time one day deleting all those photos. But deep down you probably know it's a lie. Such a big lie. Just a couple more months with an additional payment. I promise. Myself. Complementing the photos, I needed measurements. With the photos in phone, I started working on making specific storage solutions for myself. And I started with the screwdrivers. I'm not sure if this does anything, but I know the amount of time I've spent through the years looking for things. I'm tired of it. I just want to be able to find the things I'm looking for in an instance. The screwdrivers was easy, I thought, but as it turned out, they were all different shapes. But the main takeaway here was that all the screwdrivers got their own home, their own place to chill. But something was still bothering me. I liked it, but it felt like I was wasting space.
So for the next drawer, I started rethinking it again. I need to fit more things in each drawer. I was wasting filament and space on the screwdrivers. A lot of it. This was gonna be my favorite drawer, my favorite tools. At first I made a separate drawer for all measuring tools, but then I realized that I wanted one drawer with all my favorite and most used things. These all require some kind of love. Pens, you just need them all the time. A couple of Pika markers with hidden extras. The chunky from 4 Eyes, regular old-fashioned basic pens, and the Sharpie. Great combo. Then knives, 2 of them, and some extra blades. A combination square, it gets a lot of use and deserves a front row place. So does the tape measure, this one from Hodo, it's really good. And of course Jimmy DiResta's ice pick. Will it not move around inside the drawer? No, because I will fill the entire drawer with boxes. Then there's also double-sided tape in case I don't. Gridfinity is a great thing if you really want to move things around and don't like designing your own boxes. But I have a solution for that as well. The bonus is that I also save printing time not printing a grid, and also I gain a bit of height. But most importantly, my boxes all end up the same height. Because I get to decide that when designing it myself.
There's also the pleasure of first designing and then placing it in drawers that feels so good. The thing with this is that since there are measurements to work with, I'm not reinventing something. The failed prints because I drew something wrong are drastically reduced. The upside with Gridfinity that I don't have here is of course if I change my mind. I need to reprint or redesign. But I'm pretty certain that I won't. I'm confident that this organization will last a long time. But if I have to, I will, and I will enjoy that too. When the drawer was complete, I was really pleased. It feels good. The downside, if something goes missing, it occupies my mind a lot more than I want to admit, for some reason. Once that drawer was finished, I knew I had to revisit the screwdriver storage. It just needed to be done. It wasn't good enough. This time I used the space better. I got all the screwdrivers in there. Sometimes you just need a box for random bits and pieces, so whenever I had a gap, I could fill that up with whatever was left. This one was printed in PLA Sparkle, which just looks great. I also made a space for my little electrical screwdriver kit from Horo that I absolutely love. It needs charging, but I'm always amazed at how long it lasts. I used it for all the IKEA cabinets when putting them together, and I still haven't charged it. Not sponsored, but just a good recommendation, although a bit pricey. I also made some weirdly shaped battery holders for my Festool batteries to go in a drawer. I haven't done this to all drawers yet. It will have to grow on me, and I spend time whenever I have to make it the perfect drawer storage. What about everything else on that table in the beginning though? Well, this old steel beam in the ceiling has become a perfect storage for clamps. But I also 3D printed some hooks for it, basically just S-shaped hooks that I can hang cables or whatever I want from. To save filament and time on prints, I printed most boxes without a bottom. But printing all these boxes obviously took some time. And as always, 3D printing is a major part of my workshop, so whenever I need something for my woodworking or for the workshop in general, I 3D print it. I still use these magnetic dustport attachments because I don't have any ducting. And I also had to cover up a switch for my Wi-Fi, so I made a box for that with a magnetic lid. So I decided I wanted to tell you more about the process of actually making these boxes, and I thought long and hard about how to actually do that. So for that reason I came up with an idea, and the idea was to make a mini course explaining how I make the types of boxes I make, and also in various ways how you can make those. It's not a course in Fusion or in 3D printing, it's a course on how to make the types of boxes I make. But because of that, you'll actually learn Fusion, and you can use that as a starting point if you want to keep learning the program. And the reason I'm doing it this way is that I've realized that whenever I wanted to learn something, it was because I wanted to do something specific. Like when I learned to play the guitar, I didn't want to learn the notes or the theory, I just wanted to learn how to play a specific song. But then that knowledge was used to learn other songs as well. If you want to try out this mini course, there's a link in the description, and I'll be super happy if you want to try it out. It's currently discounted, so go check it out. And that was it. The big pile of tools were gone for now, but there was another problem. The tripod. I have to reinvent it. But that's for another time.